Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, this video is about Guy Fawkes and why we celebrate Guy Fawkes night anyway in England. I'm not sure if it's a worldwide thing, but in England we celebrate Guy Fawkes because he tried to blow up Parliament and stuff. That's for people that don't know. But where a lot of people, for me anyway, people are going to say, oh, Guy Fawkes was doing a bad thing and all this and that. Obviously, yeah, it was a form of terrorism, don't get me wrong, but I think he kind of knew, saw the bigger picture back then anyway, because if you do your research, obviously he tried to blow up Parliament with a few of his friends. They got caught, and then they got tortured, and they got tortured and ended up dying. And Guy Fawkes was out of, I'm not sure how many friends they were, again I can't remember, but I know they caught one of the friends and they tortured him, and they made him basically snitch on Guy Fawkes, saying, because he got tortured obviously, and Guy Fawkes was the last one of them to die anyway. But yeah, from my analysis, obviously Guy Fawkes could see how corrupt Parliament was, and that they're basically against the people really and truly, because if you look at how the things are going, they've got certain, just look at how the world is going today. The world, because a lot of people might not know that the Queen obviously rules a lot of countries. So Australia being one of them. We behind the scenes, we still rule a lot of countries. They might say, oh yeah, they got their independence and shit. But behind the scenes, okay, I can't go that way. The UK are still basically running the show behind the scenes, just using Australia as an example, because they're basically it's to do with colonization and stuff. So yeah, Australia is one of them, and the US is another one. They might, to the normal eye, it might look like they got their independence or whatever, but a lot of countries are still, the UK is still their lead. So whatever happens kind of in the UK, them other countries have to follow. So you know what's going down anyway. But it's to do with Guy Fawkes. So obviously, if he did succeed, obviously a lot of the power countries and stuff would collapse, because there wouldn't be no Parliament, because Parliament would have been destroyed. So a lot of their rules and regulations would have just collapsed and stuff. So yeah, that's one reason why we celebrate. Well, not we, obviously since they caught him and tortured him, obviously it's a day to be celebrated, well, to the majority, but personally I don't think it's a day to be celebrated, because that's the day that they kind of silence someone who kind of was onto them. If you haven't noticed, a lot of people that try to expose certain people and certain things that happen to go missing, or they randomly get murdered or whatever. So yeah, basically he was one of them who was kind of seeing how things were going from way back then. I'm not even sure whatever it was in, Jesus, I don't even know, 1800s, I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, so personally, yeah, Guy Fawkes Day ain't a day to be celebrating, because if he did succeed, yeah, the world would be very different to what it is now, I think. Because obviously if there was no parliament, a lot of rules, regulations and stuff wouldn't be down to the high end. It would be more down to the people, should I say. Like certain rules and regulations and shit has to go through parliament. So all the partitions and all that crap still has to go through someone. So the people do a vote or whatever, sign up partitions and all that, but then it still has to go through parliament for them to have their say if they're gonna go with it or not, which would which is wrong, because they still get the last say when they're high up, and they don't have to basically go through some of the things that the public have to go through, you know. So yeah, like really and truly, it should be should be like, obviously it's another form of control in it, and it's a part of the matrix and shit. But like, yeah, it's like a form of control in it. Like, who is someone else to tell you what to do, or like you have to abide by certain rules or regulations, or you will be punished for it. Like, but then these times they break the rules and regulations all the time. Like last year with, what's his name? I can't remember his name. When everyone was meant to be on lockdown and shit, and my guy's out exploring. He got kicked out now because he was found cheating or some shit. Yeah, he was really cheating. It's so obvious. Like, yeah, let's just kiss in a place that's right bang in front of a camera and shit. But then after my guy saying, yeah, it's breaking the law if you're not keeping your distance and all this and that. But then, yeah, he's doing the complete opposite. So it's like, all right, the people are in power, they're just basically abusing their power and shit. And it's like police officers as well, because they gotta take orders from high up and shit, like parliament and shit. But they're not really like another one, like when we was all protesting last year, like on the 5th of November, like people forget that the police are meant to protect and serve the public, not protect and serve what's being dictated to them. So they're just basically following orders, getting told from higher up what to do, and they're basically got to do it. So like, if the people high up are all corrupted and abusing their power, like, who can you really trust? The people that's meant to protect and serve you, if they're abusing their power, who are you really meant to trust? You know? Yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, like I was saying, man, about Guy Fawkes, like, he was yeah, he knew there was a lot of corruption that was going on in Parliament and stuff, and how they're basically against the people, really. It's just about controlling the people and yeah, about controlling the people. Like, a lot of everyone has to pay taxes and shit, but do you know where the taxes go? Do you know where the taxes go? No, you probably don't. But yeah, it fills their pocket. Like, say for instance, just using an example, everyone has to pay for road tax, yeah, for the cars. Have you seen the state of the roads? The roads are fucked. When you go to, so where is all this money going? You have to pay tax on food, water. You got to pay tax on basically everything, yeah. So where is that all them taxes going? It's not going to the people. It's just going back into the people at the top's pocket, should I say. So Guy Fawkes was aware of what's going on, because even back then they had to pay taxes and shit for certain things and stuff. I think he was just... It's hard to say because I weren't obviously born in that era or whatever. But he obviously had motives for doing it. But if he did succeed, things would be a lot different, because there's a lot of things that we are told to believe which ain't true. Like, you're seeing it already. It's starting to change. Like, people are starting to come out now about the corruption and the abuse of power. So it's starting to come out slowly. We're slowly getting there. But this was happening years ago. So if that was happening like centuries ago or whatever, like, what else has been hidden or being kind of swept under the carpet and stuff? Because a lot of what we're told by, I don't know, the media and stuff, they're all controlled by the same people at the top. So who can you really what's the word? Who can you? Yeah, you can't really trust them, really, can you? Because, like I was saying, like with the police and stuff, if they're if their job is to protect and serve us, why are they taking orders and protecting people that shouldn't be protected, should I say? Like, it's just, it's a bit of a mess, really. But like I was saying before, man, we celebrate Guy Fawkes Night because he tried to blow up Parliament. Because he knew the corruption and the abuse of power, and they're basically against the people. Don't get me wrong, there's certain things that make you look like voting. Like, you got to vote. It gives you that little bit of, oh yeah, my choice matters or my vote matters, but really and truly it doesn't, because it's still got to go through, and they make the last choice at the end of the day. So it's not really down to us; it's down to them. So either Guy Fawkes was aware of the corruption and the abuse of power, man, because they're setting rules and regulations, and they're fully breaking them themselves. So what's the point of setting rules and regulations for people to follow, and then you're breaking it, and then they're not taking accountability for it, or not being prosecuted, or not being held. They're basically breaking rules and regulations and shit, and they get to walk free. But when we do it, like, if you don't pay, I don't know, like your taxes or whatever, they're onto your back. They're onto you so much. But do you know how much stuff that they're ducking and diving from, not paying for? The tax money that we're paying, they're buying big houses and shit. And you got fucking people living in squalor and shit, still having to pay taxes, when you got people that are driving, got like 4 or 5 cars and living pretty comfortable from taxes and not paying taxes as well. So it just shows where is all the money going. It's not just about money. I'm just using that as an example, but it just shows the corruption, man. And I think he was he could have went about it in a different way, but obviously if the people ain't being heard, like, action's got to be taken, innit? Like, I'm not saying it's good to be murdering people and stuff, because that's wrong, but they're doing basically the same to us. Like, it's pretty obvious, man. It's so obvious what's going down. But like I was saying, I don't think I don't think he was a bad person. Obviously, he kind of was aware of what was going on. So in a way, you could look at him as like trying to do good for the greater good. Do you know what I mean? So like, him trying to do something could have helped a lot of other people. Like, my view on it is Like there's no good or bad. Like even with Hitler, he had a certain view in his head, but if he was in his shoes, then you kind of, I know it sounds a bit wrong, but there is no good or bad in, it's just polar opposites. Good, bad, light, dark. They're all from the same entity, should we say? Yeah, like the devil and God are the same person. Like they're just the polar opposites of each other, innit? But yeah, it was just a little video about Guy Fawkes because saying why we celebrate Guy Fawkes night in England or whatever, because people celebrating it, bonfire and fireworks and shit, and a lot of people don't even know the history of Guy Fawkes and what he tried to do and why he tried to do it, because the way everything's set up right now, do you blame him? I don't know, man. I don't blame him personally, but yeah, that was just a little video about Guy Fawkes anyway, man. But yeah, if you like the video, you guys know what to do, and I'm gonna hit you guys up soon because I've got a few videos that I need to write down, but my head's all scrambled at the moment. But peace, love and light, guys, and I'll hit you guys up real soon anyway.